What's going on, guys? So, are you having difficulties trusting the doctor? Have you gotten to that point where, you're saying, I can't trust the doctor? I just can't. And if you're dealing with health anxiety and hypochondria, you are not alone. This is something that many people are going through. This is something I definitely went through. So if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt, smash that like button down below. Leave me a comment down below as well. Let me know, is this something that you struggle with? Because I'm sure there are many of my subscribers that need to hear this video today. Now, the problem with this, guys, is there's no easy way of telling someone that they need to trust somebody, especially telling a hypochondriac that they need to trust the doctor. Trust me, I'm telling you, ironic, trust me. I've told people this in comments and conversations all the time that, trusting the doctors is one of the first steps to recovering from anxiety, from health anxiety, that is. And that's the truth. After you figure out your root cause and then you go get reassurance, you make your appointment, you get over, if you're scared to go to the doctor, that's another ordeal that you're going to have to face, but face that fear. And whenever you get your results, you have to trust those results, and then you have to move on. Oftentimes, this takes quite a few times to master. It takes, unfortunately, a lot of expenses, a lot of soul searching, a lot of switching doctors, just countless testing. It takes a lot for many of us to start grasping on that we just need to trust the doctors. And I went through this, especially whenever I was dealing with chest pains, and another huge scare that I had, or fear of mine, was that I had lymphoma, and I went through that for a couple years, getting numerous tests done, going to the doctors over and over again, really getting no answers. I guess I was just wanting something to be bad, wrong with me, but it wasn't really that. I just wanted answers for my symptoms. And I think that's where we are all in common there. We want answers. We want to know why we're feeling this way. We're not wanting to accept anxiety. That's another big part of it. Once we trust the doctors, we're basically accepting anxiety, accepting that anxiety is what's causing these symptoms, because anxiety causes many symptoms. They're very real. They're very scary. So we want to get reassurance from the doctor that, these aren't being caused by something else. But the problem is we have difficulties trusting them. Fear is so anchored in our subconscious mind that there's not much for a lot of people for any doctor to tell you that's going to be believable, especially at first. So oftentimes we go through that process, or we go to many different doctors, or we get any test that we can. So I'm here to tell you that it is possible to start trusting the doctors. I did it. I overcame health anxiety, panic disorder, social anxiety, and even depression. So it is possible. So the first thing I want you to realize, if you're having issues trusting the doctor, is that we have a need and desire to trust somebody when it comes to our health. We need to trust somebody. Has trusting yourself done any good for you lately? Answer me that. Have you gotten any success from trusting your diagnosis that you made on yourself, and you're not even a doctor? We have to trust a professional. Are there misdiagnoses out there? Yes, there are. It has happened. It's rare, but it happens. But guys, they are the professionals. They're the experts. They're the ones that we have to put our faith into. We ourselves are not the better option. So that's the first thing that we can think about, is that we need to trust somebody. We need to trust the experts. How has trusting Dr. Google done for you? Or WebMD? You had a couple symptoms, you look it up, and now you've got 4 or 5 different diseases because 2 of your symptoms matched up with, all of them. It's terrible, but it happens. I spent hours on Google and WebMD diagnosing myself all day as if I was a doctor. I diagnosed myself faster than a doctor would diagnose somebody that actually had a serious disease. I was that convinced. It only took me reading a few lines to, basically diagnose myself with a horrible, serious disease. We have to trust the experts that have gone to school anywhere from, 6 to 12 years, close to a decade of school to master this stuff. We need to, because trusting ourselves is just not doing it. We are being irrational. Fear is taking over our lives. We need to trust somebody that's unbiased, that's not worried about our fear. They're worried about diagnosing us and being professional. So make sure you get the testing that you need to get done, but realize that we need professionals. Also, there's something else happening. There's also something else happening. And I'm not sure if many of you think about this, but there's a lot of you that think that once you go to the doctor and you get told that you don't have this disease, that those symptoms are going to magically go away. As if you had the disease and the doctor cured it by telling you that you didn't have it. Guys, you didn't have the disease whenever you went in there. A disease was not causing the symptoms that you're dealing with. So why would going to the doctor and getting told that you don't have a disease magically make all the symptoms that were not caused by a disease go away? These diseases were caused by anxiety. Are they real? Yes. But they were caused by anxiety, not an actual disease. So why would those disappear if you hadn't done anything about your anxiety? Answer me that. They wouldn't, right? They wouldn't go away. Because anxiety doesn't work like that. Anxiety takes work. It takes mental work. A lot of it. And it takes some physical work. That's where you come in and you figure out what started your anxiety. Because your anxiety started before you went to the doctor. Before you got reassurance. You have to work on that because that started first. That's what led to the symptoms. So guys, please do me a favor and keep that in mind. Your symptoms are not going to disappear just because you make a doctor's appointment and go and get told that you're fine. That's where many of you go wrong. That's where I went wrong because I would leave and then I would have chest pain again. I'd be like, oh, they missed something. No, I just have anxiety still. And some of you are going through this after you've been to the doctor 20, 30 times and you've seen 3 or 4 different doctors, had 10 different tests done. And you're expecting something different to come out of it. Accept anxiety. Trust the doctors. I hope I was able to help some of you today, give some value. Again, like I said, this is something very hard to tell somebody, to get somebody to trust in someone. You know, that's difficult. It's very difficult. It's easier said than done, if you will. I mean, it's just one of those things that I almost get a small bit of anxiety whenever I'm trying to, help somebody with trusting a doctor, because I know it's a very hard thing to do, and that's a personal decision that they're themselves are going to have to make. Guys, if you're going through this, my heart goes, out to you. Please follow all these tips that I give you and follow some of the advice I gave you today. Any additional tips on anxiety, they're all down in the description. There's a lot of other great things down there. If you haven't tried therapy, there's online therapy down there. If you haven't tried meditating or journaling, there's journals. There's a meditation journal. It'll show you how to meditate and journal at the same time. Those are things that you need to be doing every morning and every evening. Make sure that you do that because those are going to help you out tremendously. Journaling, it worked wonders for me. It worked wonders. So make sure that you're doing that. All my social media, my Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter, it's all down there. So make sure that you join that, guys. Thank you so much. Again, if you got some value, please like this video. Leave me a comment if this is something that you struggle with. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you get updates when I put these videos out. Stay strong out there.